Hello, my name is Jay, and today I'll be presenting an analytics report on the social media presence of Classic Southern Smocks, a small business specializing in children's clothing. First, a little bit about the business. It was founded in 2019 by two school teachers who connected through their shared IVF experiences and their passion for crafting clothes they loved for their children. The business operates on a pre-order model, which minimizes excess inventory and reduces financial risks. Their audience is mainly made up of women in their 20s and 30s with young children, and the brand's ultimate goals are, of course, to increase sales, expand its customer base, and build deeper relationships with existing customers. The business currently runs social accounts on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. There's also a public group on Facebook with 53,000 members, which is a very large following. The branding is very consistent on all three platforms, same username, same profile picture, very similar bios, and they all had the website link. Most posts had this light and fun tone that fits the nature of the products and appeals to its target audience. The company also runs a website, but for customer privacy concerns, access was not provided, but we should still be able to see conversions through performance data on social media. Now let's see the result of an audit of each individual platform. By the way, the audit covers a 6-month period before this project began, so it should be able to capture the overall trends. Facebook, with the largest following, naturally gained the highest views and reach, but there was also a huge gap between high and low performing content. The numbers of reactions, shares, and comments were also disproportionately low. The comments here were not a great indicator of engagement because, as shown in the picture here, lots of posts asked viewers to comment phrases like "tag me" so that they can receive links when sales went live. It generated the most new followers and a high number of clicks on posts. However, these included non-URL clicks that didn't indicate any purchasing intent. Some posts included these call to action buttons. Although overall they generated higher clicks, a one-way ANOVA test showed that they didn't necessarily increase conversions. The content on Instagram had the most variety in post types, including stories, reels, and static posts. Carousel posts had the highest views and reels had higher reach and likes. These videos are usually of child models in these garments, which in part demonstrates the impact of multimedia and personalized content. But even so, the average watch time was only 2 seconds, especially with all videos being 15 seconds or less. They also didn't generate many new followers. The average number was below 1. Stories gained much lower visibility, which is understandable because they were mostly viewed by followers. Also, they were close to zero engagement on average. Low conversions, only about 2 profile visits or clicks per post, and almost no new followers recorded. On TikTok, even though the videos were the same as the Instagram Reels, they recorded higher views, engagement, and new following, thanks to its algorithms that prioritizes high engagement content. However, the average view time was still low, about 3 seconds. So in summary, the social platform showed great consistency and a large following, but the content was overly transactional and was lacking personal touch and variety. In addition, interaction with viewers was minimal and user-generated content was underutilized, unlike some of the competing brands. Also, with TikTok and Instagram videos not supporting embedded links, there wasn't clear instructions or an intuitive way to navigate the purchasing process. This friction in user journeys may easily result in consumer drop-offs. So how can we improve the strategies? Based on the previous analyses, 3 goals were developed, and they were to increase the brand awareness to build loyalty and expand the customer base. Research has found that some of the contributors to customer loyalty are familiarity, close social contact, and consistent communication. By creating content with strong emotional resonance, the brand can establish good rapport with customers that are more likely to stay loyal. And therefore, the posts for this project focused on multimedia storytelling that incorporates the founder's experiences and perspectives. The success was evaluated through views and reactions, and more importantly, comments and average view time that can speak to the level of engagement and effectiveness. The next goal is to encourage interaction and sharing of user-generated content. Using the interactive features, users were invited to participate in the development of content and even products, giving them a platform to communicate with the brand and for the brand to understand them better. User-generated content is widely regarded more credible and persuasive than owned media, and so specific reports were made to encourage users to share their experiences with the products, and the content would be then reposted to reach a broader audience. The last goal is about refining user journeys and incorporating stronger calls to action. A link in bio page was created highlighting the ongoing campaigns and was embedded in the Instagram and TikTok profiles. All calls to action were included in both the visual and the captions, instructing viewers to complete a variety of tasks from bookmarking product pages for quick access and visiting the links in bio to explore and purchase products. The content consisted largely of footage and animated graphics with the original conversations or background music. An interview was scheduled with the founders. The footage was then dissected into short clips for different formats, campaigns, and audiences. For example, a series of videos on the founders' life and entrepreneurship experiences were posted in segments on Facebook and Instagram, but as one concise video on TikTok to capture the attention of a large group of potential followers. Some story posts were created to encourage users to share their content, while others incorporated interactive features like Q&A and polls to invite feedback. In terms of user journey optimization, Beacons.ai was selected for the link in bio service for its rich analytics. It was published on TikTok and Instagram. When a post was advertising oriented, there would be a clear link in bio cue in the video as well as the caption. The posts were published throughout a 1-month period. Here are the results. The overall performance was weaker than previous posts. However, all posts showed more consistency in engagement and improvement in average view time. Unfortunately, they were unsuccessful in gaining any new followers on Facebook and Instagram. Stories on Instagram had similar performance as before, but data was insufficient for Facebook and TikTok stories. The overall low performance may be attributed in part to the absence of content that generated exceptionally high engagement and the company's ambassadors helping to promote the previous advertising-focused posts. Besides each platform, analyses were also conducted to determine whether themes and inclusion of personal perspectives impacted content performance. Significant relationship was found between theme and view time, indicating that anecdotal, story-based content are more likely to capture attention. No relations were found between personal element and any performance metrics. The interactive elements did elicit higher participation on Facebook and Instagram, and a one-way ANOVA test found no relationships between response and platform, theme, or inclusion of personal perspectives, meaning that the interactive features themselves are the primary drivers of engagement. Regarding user-generated content, 2 posts were made to encourage users to share their product experiences, but no content was submitted before the stories expired in 24 hours. Although a few posts were received afterward, there is little evidence that these are the results of the prompts, which speaks to the challenge of attributing consumer behavior to specific marketing efforts. This happened probably because users were not yet used to this mutual way of communication. The brand should start by leveraging the ambassadors they work with, reshare their content, or create collaborative posts to familiarize users with this format so they will feel more comfortable contributing their own thoughts and creations. Finally, the link in bio page was generally successful, with TikTok bringing in the most visitors, followed by Instagram. And each of them had a click-through rate of over 100%, meaning users on average clicked on more than one link per visit. This provides important insight and will be useful in allocating marketing efforts, especially since TikTok doesn't provide reporting on profile visits or link clicks. The stronger calls to action were also proved effective, with an increase in conversions through Instagram stories, meaning viewers are more likely to respond and complete the task when presented with clearly defined instructions. This tactic should therefore be strategically integrated to all content when possible. In conclusion, the performance of these posts highlights the value of story-driven and user-centered social media strategies, which can be improved through multimedia storytelling, interactive formatting, and prioritizing user-generated content. Additionally, refined calls to action and link navigation provides a clearer, more intuitive path for users to explore products and complete purchases. By shifting from primarily transactional to a more relational and interactive approach, the brand will be able to continue strengthening its online presence, deepening its relationship with customers, and attracting new audiences who resonate with the brand's story and values. Thank you.